Hey crafty family, it is me and we're back in my kitchen. This time we are going to make ourselves some DIY craft wipes. So there's tons of DIY baby wipe recipes out there, but they are all designed to wipe a baby's ass. And that's fine, but you know, we don't need to have oils and all that stuff in our baby wipes. It's kind of a moot point. We need something, you know, geared towards our needs, which is cleaning up paint and whatnot. So I came up with a recipe, and this is the first time I'm trying it. So once again, another experimental video. I wanted to make something that is, you know, we're looking for something that is non-toxic, but is strong enough to clean up our messes. Which, as you know, baby wipes work fine, but you know, if you want to make a DIY of it, it's the DIY version, meh. You know, I think I could do a better job. At least I'm hoping so. So anyway, you're going to need Murphy's oil soap, because a lot of people use this. It is non-toxic. It is basically, well, I think it's like organic, 98% naturally derived ingredients. It's vegetable oil, basically. Oh, it has vegetable oil in it. It's made from vegetable oil, whatever, but it's non-toxic. It's not going to hurt you. And then we've got Castile Soap, which is organic. You can find this in the grocery store, in like the organic section usually. And a big bottle will go a long way. And then you're going to need distilled water and glycerin. You could probably leave out the glycerin, but I'm going to throw a little glycerin in. Now you want distilled water because if you use regular tap water, you run the risk of having your baby wipes mold. But if you're using distilled water, that won't happen. Now, if you only have tap water and you have no way of getting distilled water, you can add a lot more glycerin to it, and that should keep it from molding. And you can optionally add some alcohol to it as well. Just add a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Probably, like, I would say 3 or 4 tablespoons of glycerin, 3 or 4 tablespoons of alcohol should keep it from molding. Do an experiment. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything if you happen to open it up one day and you see some mold. Okay, then you know you got to add more of something, throw them out. Big deal. It's not going to hurt it. You're not using it on a baby's butt, so, you know, you're not going to die if you open it and see some mold. Then you need paper towels. Now, I have the big fat rolls, but I only have this container. So you want something that'll fit in your container with a little room, because then if it's too big, you can kind of mush them down, which we're going to do here. But you want a little bit of room to grow. This is a weird container. It's all I really had. But, you know, you could find a better container that'll work. We're going to cut the roll in half, so the whole roll is not going to go in there. You need a knife. This is, well, I don't know if this is the right knife, but we're going to give it a try. First thing you're going to do is, and this is going to make kind of a mess, is you're going to find your halfway point on your paper towels. And I'm going to start over here, and you're going to cut them in half. And yeah, it's going to make a mess. Using a good serrated knife is always, you know, helpful. The hardest part's going to be cutting through the center roll thing. The rest of it's actually easy. But I've seen some people online, like, moving their paper towel roll around, and that creates more of a mess that way. If you just do it straight through from top to bottom, you'll have less of a mess. Some people were cutting a little, turning it, cutting a little, and all they were doing was creating a lot more mess than I have right here. So then you're going to clean up the ends of your rolls and all that. Just pull off any, because of course it's not going to look the prettiest, and you know, it's a DIY. It's not meant to look perfect. But just clean it up a little bit. Give it a little scrapey of all the little bits. Keep the one that you're going to use right away out, and put the other one away somewhere in a plastic bag maybe to keep it clean, because sometimes these can collect dust, and it's a pet peeve of mine when toilet paper and paper towels are sitting out in the open. Especially toilet paper, because you got to use it on your delicate bits, and when people take it out of the package that it came in and sit it up on the back of their toilet, that skeeves me out, because it's going to sit up there for weeks and weeks until you get through all the rolls, and in that time it's going to collect a bunch of dust, and then you're going to be putting that on your private bits. Yeah, I'm weird about stuff like that. So okay, now we're going to clean up this mess, and I'm going to dump it into the garbage. It didn't make too much of a mess doing it that way. I've cut rolls in half before, so I know that drill. I know that drill. If your rolls are really big, wait until you use it a little bit in your kitchen until it gets down. Like I had to do that with this because they came like in these big huge, but I didn't think it would fit well in there. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take 1 3/4 cups of this distilled water, and you're going to microwave it, warm it up. Let me get a cup, measuring cup. I'm not prepared. Sorry, I'm not prepared. So you're going to put 1 3/4 cups of this in the microwave for, you know, however long it takes to get it to be warm. 1 3/4. Stop. Okay. 1 3/4. I'm going to put it in my microwave for a minute and a half. I'll fast forward through this. Okay, so I got the water out of the microwave. This is going to be try number 3 because the first 2 times I screwed up. So I had to cut another paper towel roll, and this one's smaller. I used more out of it, so I'm able to fit both of these in here together. So I'm going to do that. The first couple of times it was way too soapy, so I've adjusted the recipe now. So now you got your hot water. This is why I'm doing these experiments. You got your hot water. You're going to use 1 tablespoon of Murphy's into 1 1/3 cup of distilled hot water. 1 tablespoon. And you're just going to put in 2 drops, because usually these bottles have like just a little drop of the Castile Soap. Not much, just very little. And then you're going to put in a 1/2 tablespoon. I don't know where my tablespoon, oh, it's in here, duh. Oh my goodness. You're going to put in a 1/2 tablespoon of the glycerin, and you're going to mix it together to make a nice consistency. Okay, once you got it all mixed up, you're going to pour it over your paper towel or your paper towels if you got a smaller roll, and being careful not to leak it everywhere, which is almost impossible because it just wants to go everywhere. Obviously you would do this over your sink and not like me over a table or a counter. I'm flipping them over halfway through so that I can pour the liquid into the other side. Pouring it down the sides. And also, you want to use a good paper towel. These are Bounty. You definitely want to use like Bounty or Viva or something good. Helps to have another roll of paper towels to sop up anything you got all over the place. Now you're going to let these sit for, you're going to let them sit for a few minutes, and it'll soften the core inside, the roll thing, and you'll be able to pull it out real easily, which, you know, I'm able to get it out pretty easily now. You don't want to put enough liquid in there that it's floating, or that it's really like a lot sitting on the bottom. You want just enough to saturate these real well, and that's it. And then once, you know, you might want to let it sit a little while, see how it is. I was able to use that whole, just, you know, 1 3/4 cups plus my, you know, a little bit of solution. I was able to use the whole thing, and it feels good. They feel good to me. Then you can pull your towel out of the center, like so. Takes a second to find it, but whatever. You know, pull it out of the center, and you've got your wipes. They feel nice. You can use them on your hands. It's fine. You can clean your kitchen with them. You can use them as kitchen wipes as well, so you don't just have to use them in your craft room. So that's the nice thing about it. Now you can adjust this recipe however you want. If you want to add a little less, a little more of something, have at it. When you're done, if it's too big for the container, just take your thing and voila. It'll smash down because they're wet. And you've got your baby wipes. When you want to use them, you could probably cut a little slit in the tops of there. I'm going to experiment maybe with that later, but I'm not worried about it because while I'm working, I can just leave them sit like this and pull my things out and use them. And then when I'm all done for the afternoon, I'll close them. And they're going to stay pretty well. And if they don't, if they start to dry out a little bit, take a little distilled water and pour it on there. You know, take a spray bottle with distilled water and saturate them that way. But I highly doubt they're going to dry out. You know, if you did it right, then they're not likely going to dry out. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. These are obviously not designed for a baby's butt, so please don't use them on your baby's butt and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. They have Murphy's oil in them, which I don't think would kill your baby, but it probably, you know, these aren't meant, Murphy's oil is not meant for your baby's butt. The Castile soap and the glycerin is fine, but, you know, this is meant for cleaning your craft room or your kitchen or your bathroom or whatever. But mostly your craft room. These are very mild. They're not heavily chemicaled at all, so they're safe. And if your kids get a hold of them, they're not going to die. So you got some wipes for your craft room. I need to start making them because I'm going through wipes too fast and I can't afford it. So this is why I came up with this recipe. Because to me, when I see all the baby wipe recipes online, the DIY baby wipes, I don't like all that stuff that they put in there. I don't want baby soap and oil. The oil is what gets me. I don't care about the baby soap as much. That's fine. You know, you can do that. You can use, you know, baby Johnson's baby soap or whatever. That's fine. But I don't want oil. To me, that I don't know why. I mean, this is oil, I guess, so I guess it doesn't matter. But this is like, a lot of people clean their paintbrushes with these, with Murphy's, and I do as well. I use either organic soap, Castile soap, or Murphy's oil soap, and it works great for taking off paint. So that's why I figured this recipe will be great for cleaning up your craft mats and just, you know, all around cleaning up. So let me know what you think. And I hope you do this recipe, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share it on your social media. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to get notifications that, you know, because I do live streams and stuff, if you want to get notified when I go live, there's a bell icon next to the subscribe button. If you hit that, YouTube, of course, makes you jump through hoops. You just need to set up your notifications through your email, and you'll get notifications of when I go live or when I have a new video. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Make sure you do what you love and love what you do and be nice to people, and I will talk to you later. Bye!